New home ownership can be a real eye-opener, but it's the perfect time to look into Homeowner 101 from the Home Depot. Free live streaming workshops taught by expert associates now at homedepot.com/workshops. You'll find indoor and outdoor workshops, even home systems workshops. Plus, you'll get the know-how you need to care for your biggest investment. Master the basics at Homeowner 101, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Register now at homedepot.com/workshops.
This is No BS Job Search Advice Radio, episode 1951. I'm your host, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome. I'm just going to mention this a couple of times in the next week or two, that I'm going to be moving this show to another platform, probably to Anchor. And it may be necessary for you to resubscribe to the show once I move over there. I still have some details to figure out. I'm sorry if I'm going to be inconveniencing you, but the platform is going to offer some nice additional benefits for me as a podcaster. For you, it's just even better audio quality. So again, keep an eye out for a move. I'll announce it a couple of more times. Now, with that, this show is about questions not to ask on an interview that would just make you seem foolish. Hope you find this helpful. Hope you're not doing any of this, and let's just get going. I'm coming to you today to talk with you about some of the top questions to not ask at the end of an interview. Why do I raise this? Because someone asked one of these stupid questions on an interview recently. They were doing well, but once they got to a couple of the dumb things, or once people come to a couple of these dumb things that are asked, it's like knocking yourself out of consideration. So, I don't think most of you at a professional level are going to do this, but I've got to cover it. So let's just start off by saying the worst question or thing to say at an interview is, I don't have any questions. There's got to have been something that got raised in the discussion, in the interview that you have questions about. Tell me what a typical workday is like is a great question. Especially if you're at a non-managerial level or a staff level, if you're an hourly worker. Tell me what a typical day would be like in this role. I've got a couple of others that I'll give at the end of the interview that you should ask instead, but let's start off with, I don't have any questions as being the dumbest thing you could possibly ask, other than, here's the next one. Can you tell me about the company? It's one thing back in the Stone Ages if you had to go to a library to research a firm. Not the case anymore. Just do a quick web search, find out about the organization, what they do, how business is for them. It's not difficult. So, spend a little time researching in advance, instead of talking about the company, asking them about the company. Another thing never to talk about is vacation time, sick time, holidays, paid time off, things along those lines. When can you take lunch during a day? Trust me, there's going to be time to have lunch. But, all this other stuff is extraneous. It's going to be in a brochure that you'll get later on. If they don't want to send it to you until you accept the offer, just simply say, I just want to check this stuff out. Can you just give me a rundown on what the benefits are, including, vacation time, sick time, PTO, holidays that are recognized, things along those lines, just so I'm aware of it. So there are no surprises. Here's another stupid one. What's the salary for the job? Now, trust me, if you're hitting the wrong number, if you've come up too high, they're going to try and talk you down from it. So don't worry about it. At the end of the day, remember, the job ad probably covered it. The recruiter probably covered it. Why do you think that's the wrong information? Be aware of it when you walk in the door instead of asking it on the interview. This one I like in particular, and I'll just simply say any question beginning with the word why. Why do you do it that way? Instead, can you tell me more about is a better way to phrase it. Can you tell me more about the way you handle this kind of situation, or why you chose this approach instead of why? Now, why is a confrontational question? Any question beginning with why in an interview makes them think like you think they're stupid or mindless, or you have to sound curious instead of confrontational. Last thing, and this wouldn't be at an executive level, but it tends to run into in staff and hourly workers. Tell me about your disciplinary process. Like, let's not invite the follow-up question of, okay, perhaps this person's had a discipline problem before. And they're not going to raise it as a subject. They're just going to assume that's the case, and that's why you're asking the question. So I'll simply say, these are some of the things not to ask on an interview. I'm sure you don't, but just in case you're dumb enough to do it, stop it! Stop it, I tell you.
So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, here are a few more ways to get stuff from me. First of all, visit my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us. And in the blog, there are thousands of posts that you can watch, listen to, or read that will help you. If you have a question for me, what you do is go to thebiggamehunter.us/live, and you can schedule a 15-minute session with me, or thebiggamehunter.us/video answer. And what you'll get back is a 3 to 5 minute video with an answer to your question. In addition, connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/The Big Game Hunter. Mention that you saw this. I like knowing I'm helping some folks. And if you're interested in interview advice, I've got a new class on Udemy and on Skillshare called the Ultimate Job Interview Framework. Order the class there. It is terrific. It's about 40 minutes long, if I remember correctly, and it will help you a lot. Lastly, watch me on TV. On an Amazon TV, Fire Stick, or on Roku. Download the JobSearch TV app. On Apple TV at 90 some odd smart sets, you download BingeNetworks.tv, and JobSearch TV is within that app. I hope you have a terrific day, and you know what? Be great!
Does anybody want breakfast? Guys, let's go. I'm leaving for McDonald's in 5 seconds.
Why did you start with that?
The Breakfast Stampede Meal. It's only at McDonald's, where there's a meal for every morning.
And nothing says morning like a classic sausage McMuffin with egg. Right now, get this all-time favorite for just $2 on the $1, $2, $3 menu. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Total Wine & More is a wonderland to explore. Thousands of wines and spirits, unexpected pairings, and great gifts. Low prices and helpful guides make the holidays magical at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly. Be 21.